Hello, everyone. It is Liam Caddison here as we get into episode number 5 of Season 2 for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, coming off a really great Halloween episode as the tables were indeed turned with Holt and Jake, of course, following from the first Halloween, special that we had, but way back in Season 1. I say way back as if I'm on the final season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine at the minute, but no, we're still a long way off from that, but no, it was a really fun gig, and yeah, I am really looking forward to this week's edition of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, with that said, let's get into episode number 5 of Season 2 for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Let's go.
Why are you sitting at my desk?
Lieutenant Miller from Internal Affairs is here. He's taking over my office. Apparently, someone has been leaking classified information to a criminal syndicate. The entire squad is under investigation.
That's crazy.
What the
No
heck?
one here's a mole.
How can you be so sure?
Because I know these guys. I know everything about them.
So we've got a suspicious game?
Cooking class.
Tonight's menu, pepperoni.
And if
Oh,
I run and leap at
pepperoni.
Terry, he will most certainly catch me in his arms. Coming in.
No, holding coffee!
Oh no, coffee, what a waste of coffee.
I'm sorry, handshakes are the greatest avenues of germ transmission. I
Oh,
generally prefer
so
simple
he
nods.
does not like germs.
Would you pass me that hand sanitizer, please?
I mean, it's 2022, very
Use your
important.
elbows.
To work on them after hours, and I might not be that great about returning them.
Oh, God.
Are you aroused because of what a bad boy I am?
No.
No.
You could be suspended for that. You could
Exactly.
Oh, not so loud. Yes, Amy, I do drink from the bowl. Definitely pulled that off. Look, I need to get those files. Can you please give me a rest? But someone just came in to try and find her Dalmatian coat.
Hello, Raymond.
I
Oh.
wondered why all the birds had suddenly stopped singing.
I heard you were under investigation by Internal Affairs. Didn't want to miss that.
Of course she's gonna gloat.
To the pavement. It's a pity a truck hasn't run over your head.
Very visual.
Everyone wears headphones. It's actually very respectful to the neighbors, except for the lewd acts and vomiting.
There's usually some ecstasy at these things, so hopefully we'll find some giggle pig.
Great. I hope there's a lot of drug activity there. Of course, ideally, there will be nobody taking drugs there or anywhere else in the district.
What's the
but
correct
drugs
down,
must
but that
be
out of
there.
context
Let it
sounds
be there.
bad.
Please, God, let it be there.
I lived here. Here we go. Oh my God.
Oh! Oh shit! Oh
What is going on?
shit!
You're not a casual lovers.
I just took it out.
How long has this been going on?
We hooked up once last summer, and then the nightmares started again about a month ago.
Ever since then, it's been Orgasm City.
Yeah, ew.
Ugh, gross, right, guys?
Wait a minute.
It was gonna be
You lied
found
to me?
out.
The way you looked at me when you thought I was a gymnast made me wish it were true.
You came into work with chalk on your hands, Boyle. I don't even know you anymore.
Oh shit.
I'm leaving.
I just gotta get some old case files
This
first.
was always gonna
Don't be
come.
mad, Jake.
spiraling
you still know
out.
me. I'm still Charles. I just have 4 extra sex moves. 5. Forgot about one on top.
Ew. Ew.
Not entirely. I learned that my babies are on the right track because their preschool turns out nice kids.
Yeah, I can't wait to tell Holt that at the task force meeting.
Now, let's go look for some bad kids who went to subpar
I
preschool.
love Gina's
That
getup,
was
by the
insane.
way.
And who else is hooking up that we don't?
I am buffeted by the winds of my foe's enmity and cast about by the towering waves of cruel fate. Yet I, a captain, am no longer able to command my vessel, my
I
precinct,
love the
for my
ambience.
customary helm, my office. And you ask, is everything okay? I've worked the better part of my years on Earth overcoming every prejudice and fighting for the position I hold. And you ask, is everything okay?
Yeah, I hear you. My dog has
This
taken
is
over
so-
my favorite chair.
This is so
It's like how did it all slip away?
unique.
Gentlemen?
Charles, this is a crime.
I took these files home a while ago, even though I shouldn't have, and now I'm bringing them back. Isn't that funny? Are you laughing behind the mask?
He was prepared for 2020. Oi! Because obviously this wasn't recorded in 2020.
It's after midnight.
Hey!
This better be about a murder.
No, I wish. Look, I'm really sorry, but I have to talk to Captain Holt.
You said there wasn't a mole. You said you knew everything about these people.
Well, it turns out I don't. I've learned some truly horrible things tonight. You were right and I was wrong.
Goodness. Boyle is sleeping with Gina?
What?
What?
How could you possibly know?
Your obvious immaturity.
I've had sex.
Holt!
Of course, you would be most upset if Boyle were to have slept with someone you knew from your childhood. Thus, the solve, Gina.
What?
Charles.
What is
was
this big brain
Come into
energy?
my study.
One time, I saw Rosa eating watermelon, but then when I asked her about it, she said she'd never eaten that or any other kind of melon. Now that I say it out loud, it doesn't seem like much.
No, put it on the board.
Hey, check it out. Here, I need you to slap me.
I'm not going to do that, Beralda.
Oh!
Perhaps the element of surprise would help.
It did.
I am loving this from Holt.
Well, there is someone we haven't talked about yet. Detective Jake Peralta.
Yeah.
If you're such a great cop, how come you didn't know there was a mole in your precinct? That's right, because you did! Because you are the mole, you mole!
I've heard enough. Please return your guest pajamas, guest toothbrush, and guest slippers and get out of here. It's time for you to be suspended.
Oh no.
Miller. I don't think he's with IAB at all. I think he's spying for Wunsch.
Wunsch?
You said it yourself. Your battles extend beyond the confines of NYPD rules. She wants information about your task force, but she can't get access. So she sent in a spy. That's why Miller was skulking around the file room when I was supposed to be the only skulker.
All right, I'll give it to my superiors and I'll be in contact.
Hey, I know you only wanted to hang out
Oh
last night.
man.
So
Come on, Jake.
What? Look, you don't have to be worried. I'll never tell anyone about you and Charles.
I'll never
But
tell.
honestly,
Big secret about Captain Holt is
That I have a flair for the dramatic. Look behind you, Madeline.
We're actually in front of you. That's my fault. I thought the layout was going to be different. Didn't know how you guys were going to be sitting. I took a chance. Got your whole conversation.
You are going to leave my precinct and my task force alone. Or else, you're Wunsch meat.
You sure you want to go with that one?
Absolutely, it's hilarious.
All right.
Hey, I'm sorry about last night.
I'm loving
personal
Holt
stuff affect the job.
more and more.
it's okay.
No, they're gonna be twin presidents. They'll either run as one person and trick everyone,
Does that
or they'll run
work?
as two and serve for 16 consecutive years. It's a damn dynasty.
Excuse me, I have an announcement to make.
Oh,
Can I have
fuck.
everyone's attention, please? Charles Boyle and I had sex.
What the hell?
Peanut and a third. Don't ask. Can't explain.
I have a question. Do you have any regrets?
No. It was pretty fun.
Just roll with that.
Thank you so much for coming out today.
Hey,
Rosa
I should
smoking.
have said this last night, but your first.
Although there is something you didn't know about me.
His
My middle name is Jacob.
Ah, I was close. I was close because I was just thinking they were gonna do a Simpsons move. From that episode when Homer was trying to discover his middle name. Oh, what could the J stand for? It's Homer J Simpson. Like, yeah. So I was close. Jacob, though. Close to Jake as well. So, oh man. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. So much was happening, and I really, really loved that. And I don't know. I feel like this is probably my favorite episode feature. I don't know. There was just something about Holt in this episode that just really, really got me. And I think this is probably one of my favorite episodes featuring Holt. Like, I guess mainly because obviously Jake and Holt were trying to deduce this mole situation. And yeah, I just love the kind of little sleepover. I'm just wondering, Kevin, like, what was he like? Did he just go to sleep on his own? Man, yeah, there was a lot of great moments from Holt, just alone in this episode. I've really loved how evolved his character has become over the course of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but I feel like this episode really takes the cake in terms of just how amazing he was. I think one of my favorite bits about him in this episode was how he just out of the blue just connected the dots in regards to Gina and Boyle banging. And just the intricate detailing in terms of like the few words that Jake said and whatnot, he was able to piece things together. I really, really loved that so much. It's just so ludicrous, and yet it works so well. So I just really, really loved that. So yeah, I also really loved the sad monologue in regards to his life just shattering, and not just was it just a really, really good piece in general, but he was projecting it to Scully and Hitchcock of all people. I just really thought that that poem was just really, really beautiful and well acted. So Holt in this episode was just a treat, as well as his animosity with Runch and how him and Jake basically stayed up all night figuring out who this mole could be. So I just feel like Holt was an absolute treat, and it was just really, really brilliant to see. So yeah, just really, really loved Holt. It was just really well done with his monologue, and there's that just sophistication and misery as well as the fact that Scully and Hitchcock. So yeah, they're just there, just absorbing, I guess, half of that. But for Holt, yeah, oh man. But no, I just really, really thought that this was a superb episode. It was just comical all around, including the whole situation with Gina and Boyle. And there is a bit of kudos for Jake to Boyle in regards to something that is casual, something that's, I guess, not going to get his heart broken. So there is a bit of that kudos to Boyle, as well as the fact that Gina has really no complaints regarding their time. There was that little sweet moment, I would say, in a sense, where everyone was just asking questions, and Boyle was like, "Is there any complaints and any regrets about me?" So yeah, but I just really love the moment Gina just comes out with the announcement, and then you just have everyone really, really stunned. Like Terry was just stunned at how out of nowhere it just came. I think I would just be a bit shook if I heard someone that I work with just basically say, yeah, me and this person, we've had sex, and it's not something you're kind of expecting, is it? But then again, Gina is quite the unorthodox character, and we love her so much. So but it's really, really great that she is able to also move past that anxiety about people finding out, because obviously that's been a thing that's been going on, her being anxious about people finding out about her and Boyle, and it is really, really great, especially given her interactions with Amy in this episode, that she's able to to pass aside that anxiety, and there's a bit of weight lifted from her shoulders by I guess announcing it to I guess her world. So yeah, but I don't know what's going to happen in the long run for Boyle and Gina, but there is that, casual thing that they have, and, that works best for them at the moment. So, yeah. So, yeah, I really loved that. But the whole mole situation was pretty great. It was interesting to have the lieutenant just basically seep in, and obviously this was all Runch's having, perfect situation. Yeah, I just love the rivalry between her and Holt so much. Like when she walked in, yeah, Holt was like, no wonder all the birds have stopped singing. So yeah, they have some really, really great lines to each other. Some great insults, and you know, even though we've gotten like bits and pieces over the course of these past 5 episodes between them, they really do have that great chemistry. It is just so great to see how petty and how just how at her throat Hulk can get. So yeah, but yeah, I also really love the little bit of it, the detail in regards to how Rudge and Miller, I think his name was, yeah, they were in cahoots, and how this was all deduced in regards to how Miller was pretty much a germphobe, and there was that nodding. So, yeah, obviously that's going to be a more suitable way of greeting rather than a handshake. And you had Jake go for the handshake, and Miller was like, nope, you can sanitize your hands, etc. So, yeah. Man, this episode really, like, I was just thinking to the face mask and the sanitizing your hands, and I'm thinking, wow, this episode kind of aged well for Miller. So I wonder how you know, the pandemic would like, I wonder how he would probably not be, you know, too he would probably want to, you know, secure himself in regards to the pandemic and all of that jazz. So yeah, but no, I really like how they deduced how Rudge was obviously in on this, and Miller, and just how Jake handed the recording device unbeknownst to Miller. So, but no, I really thought that this was pretty good stuff. And there was a really nice bit with Rosa and Terry as they were cracking down on that situation. I will have to say, it is a very interesting idea in regards to, I guess, a silent kind of disco, where you just have your headphones, and outside of that, there's just this kind of, I don't know, awkward ambience. I've never heard of that before. I don't know if it's a real thing, but that's that's my jam, really. As someone who doesn't really do parties, not just because of the fact that I have no one to go with. No, it's just not really my thing, but that would be my kind of thing. I don't know. It just is very quirky. So yeah. But yeah, you had that really nice moment with Rosa just comforting Terry about how good of a father he is. And, you know, there is that anxiety that Terry has in regards to the future of his children. So yeah, but no, that was a nice little bit, but yeah, I gotta say, Holt took the center stage for me. There was just so many great moments from Holt in this episode. Like, I think you could make a top 5 out of this easily. Just because it was such an enjoyable experience, from the monologue that he gave off, the sleep of it. There was just a lot of great moments from Holt in this episode, and I just really adored him in this episode. And like I said, I feel like this is probably one of my favorite episodes, especially where, not just with like Holt in general, but where Holt takes, I guess, the center stage in this episode. There's been a few great moments. Like, I think back to, I think it was episode 10 last season with him and Jake. And there was quite a few great moments there. But I think this one was just supreme, in my opinion. And I just really loved Holt's character so much, as I have done over the course of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But this one, yeah, I just couldn't stop loving. I don't think there was a moment where I didn't really love Holt's interactions in this episode. It was just perfect, in my opinion. So really great stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!